Hello everyone, it's Quest Quenchers here today, and I want to talk to you about 10 things you love about Dragon's Dogma 2. So, here we go. So the first thing I really like, and I think you'll like, is being able to scale big monsters. To me, this is the most unique franchise because of that simple mechanic. Being able to climb big monsters and hack them down to the ground feels absolutely great. Being able to grab a golem's leg and pull it over is so cool, and watching its head explode upon impact and fall off, it just makes it so much cooler. It's incredible, and that's what makes me keep playing this game, because it's great. Next up, we have the armor. For me, the armor aesthetics looks fantastic. I like all the physics on the robes, the helmets, the trousers, the capes. They look incredible, and I feel that I can make a very unique combination of armor and style, to be honest. They just look really well crafted and made, and the armor plating looks really cool, and I really like the style of this game, and that to me is worth, the visually worth playing and gaining and getting all the best armors and stuff like that. It's really fun. That's what I do. And then the next one is the weapons. The weapons are really great, especially when I'm using the Wayfarer. The texture and models look great, even the new weapons such as the magic bow and the mystic spear hand. That looks incredible. The spears and the enchantments and stuff look really cool and cool to use. Using your mystic spear hand sort of flame, I can't remember the name of it, but the flame enchantment on it and hacking something and setting it on fire, you're just like, this is pretty cool. It just really gives you that, I don't know, it's like, yes, this is great, this is fun kind of thing, and I really like that. Next up is the enemy designs. The enemies in the game look incredible, although you usually hear them before you see them. The shriek of an ogre gets you on the edge the first couple of times you encounter them, and it really makes you panic when you hear them in caves and small corners and stuff, and that's that's very worrying, and it's really, really funny. I think the enemies, they look really cool. The mechanics around them are really cool, especially the dragons. They're very hard to fight and in the beginning and mid game, but overall, I really loved what was there. Although, like I said, more the merrier. There needs to be a little bit more variety scattered throughout the world, but what's there, I really love. Next up, the sense of exploration and scale. This game is really big, especially when running around on foot. There's a lot to find and gather. There's always exciting when you stumble across a cave with a bunch of enemies guarding the entrance and dwelling inside. Also, the views in this game are freaking awesome. They actually stop me in my tracks and make me use the photo mode and take pictures, and that becomes my desktop image for the week. And not many games make me do that, but this one definitely does. Next up, we have the Pawn system. This system is so unique to the Dragon's Dogma franchise. Having your own friends to guide you along and to help you in your adventures is just so cool. It's like having like a younger sibling playing with you. I know what that looks like. I've got many younger siblings, and so they're quite clumsy but fun in their sort of way how they manage themselves and stuff. So it's quite fun, and it's like looking after a younger brother on your adventures, but and then eventually gets all the quest knowledge and shows you around. So it's quite cool. And I actually can't think of another game that does this kind of system, which is really cool. And you can also add recruit more ones to your system, and which makes combat way more wild. So you got a sorcerer using the meteorite sort of power, so you're just raining fire from above, and it just decimates the battlefield before you've even drawn your sword. And yeah, I usually kick them out of the group after a little while. I want to have some fun. But yeah, it's quite good, and I really like it. It becomes quite different depending on who you have in your party. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic mechanic in the game, and they chat to each other. They say things and stuff. It can be irritating, but can be fun at the same time, and it's very memeable. So yeah, overall, I love it. I think it's fantastic. Next up, we have simple things like the graphics. To me, the graphics look really great. I really like the dense forests running through them and the moss on the floor that reacts to your steps and explosions and stuff like that. I think it's just the lighting and the atmosphere in the game feels really good. And because of the graphics, they feel great. It really immerses me within the game, especially when I disable a little bit of the HUD, sort of like the health bar, the pawn commands bar, your interactions, your attack stuff. disabling it and just running around with just the mini map on, I guess, and a little bit of make it make it more translucent, and it just feels really immersive and cool, like really cool, and I really enjoy that. I think it's one of the best things like in the game. The graphics are. I really like it how the world's built. It feels great. Next up, we have the vocation system. Each vocation offers something totally unique, and it keeps the game really fresh. So when you swap and you start learning another one, and you start all the process over and over again, so it's just like the game feels fresh all the time. And that's really cool. I really enjoy that. Especially when you've got to get the master sort of moves and stuff for each one. So you've got to learn those quests and find people who will give you them, which is quite cool for like the first time. Then when you know, you can't get rid of that. But yeah, it's it's really cool. Personally, I like using the Warfarer. I like having all these 4 weapons with 4 unique moves, so it makes my Arisen feel really complex and have some really cool powers. And yeah, I really like the Warfarer. I think it's great. So personally, I use a great sword, I use the sword and board, and the magic bow, and the sorcerer's staff. Just when I'm feeling like destroying a lot of things, it's great. Next up, it might be a controversial one, but the lack of fast travel. The lack of fast travel really makes the level of exploration higher. When you're walking down a path, you may wander off it and find some enemies to kill and some loot to take. I noticed that when I've got all my bulk crystals down and a lot of fairy stones, that exploration part sort of falls off. So I usually decide to just store all the fairy stones apart from one. When I'm like, that's it, I'm gonna. Oh no, two. I usually fast travel to somewhere and then I explore a certain area and then I fast travel back once I've discovered all the caves and all the treasure and stuff. And that's the way I get my sense of exploration back. Going to place, just completing quests. Now I just go to one place, explore the entire area, and then fast travel back. So I get that sense of exploration and wonder within an area, and that's quite cool. So yeah, it's the lack of fast travel it really makes the level of exploration way better. So it really enhances number 5. And then lastly, the character creator. Dragon Dogma 2 probably has the best character creator I've seen in a game. The level of details you can change, the amazing things you can make is crazy, and you can really make some interesting looking Arisens and Fawns. Like I've seen some amazing looking renditions of celebrities within this character creator and stuff like that. Um, and it's it's fairly fun to see. It's funny. When it was first coming out, seeing all that was great. So yeah, that's my 10 things there. 10 things you love about Dragon's Dogma 2, and the 10 things I love. Let me know what you love about the game in the comments below. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.